Today we're going to take a look at exactly how I finished the MVS features in case anybody ever wonders what I put into this. Basically there's not really a whole lot to talk about. MVS, the feature usually starts off with a simple template that I created, which is this right here, so I'll open up here in a second. It's basically just the very beginning of the feature. That used to be the opening, but I cut the opening out. So we just have like the part here where the car is going off to the side and whatnot, just the basic opening. And then along with the graphic that I've created. And then it's comes up with the vehicle name and my little MVS logo. Everything else after that is gone up until the very end where I have the credits come in. And that's pretty much about it. So then what happens is I import all my actual videos, today being the 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland, depending on what the camera separates them into. I usually film the exterior in one clip, and then I film the interior and everything else as another clip. And then sometimes the camera will convert the longer ones into 2 clips. So then that first file pretty much becomes this, and then this one's already done. These are all the clipped pieces with everything's been edited already, and yeah. So the feature's pretty much done at this point, the video part of it. What we need to do is we need to record the narration. So that's what we're going to do today. This is what I look at. I don't have a very big screen at the moment. So half of my screen is my studio software with the video down below, and my other screen is the script that I wrote with the research of the Grand Cherokee. I've never seen myself narrate before, so this is going to be quite interesting to watch. This is how we record the narration for Mike's Vehicle Spotlight. Today's MVS shines on the 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland 4x4. As the first Chrysler badge Jeep product, the Grand Cherokee debuted for the 1993 model year as a mid-size SUV. Regardless of how many changes the Grand Cherokee's been through, it is still a familiar face in the SUV segment. For 2011, the Grand Cherokee's 4th generation was introduced. The Overland 4x4 is placed above the Limited model and underneath the Overland Summit. Overland models include these bi-xenon high-intensity discharge headlamps with automatic high-beam control. The iconic Jeep name sits at the edge of the... There's always outtakes. That's what you guys don't know. Until now. The iconic Jeep name sits at the edge of the hood above the legendary 7-vented chrome grille. Sometimes you get them on the first try, sometimes you don't. The front bumper includes 2 high-placed fog lamps, some black body cladding, and a mesh air dam with lower chrome accenting. The Grand Cherokee is 189.8 inches long and sits 69.3 inches tall with the roof rack. Today's Overland is featured in the mineral gray metallic exterior color. As mentioned before, the Grand Cherokee continues to feature that familiar look even through its many changes. The side mirrors are chrome capped with lower black accents and LED turn signal markers. The mirrors themselves are fully powered as well as heated and are manually foldable. Chrome accents are found on the window sills, while Chrome accents are found on the window sills, while gloss black accents are underneath this protective tape. The tail lamps have been sculpted in a fine manner to follow the curves of the rear corners. They are connected through a Timing is key. They are connected through a chrome belt in the center of the liftgate. So once the narration is finally recorded, I adjust the levels and EQ of my voice and everything, and just try to make it sound as good as possible.
The driver is placed in front of this two-piece illuminescent gauge cluster that includes a 7,000 RPM tach, a 140 mile/hour speedometer, and gauges for your coolant temperature and fuel level.
So that's usually how that works, and you always periodically want to save, because if you happen to have a computer crash or something, then yeah, that's happened before, so you learn your lessons. Once that's done, we export this into the proper file format, and then we send it over to the video program. I keep these all as a simple name, but I just select the file that video is for. As you can see, there's like the Camaro track still in there, and the Charger, the C-Max. So we have the Overland here. Doesn't take too long for this part at all. This is actually the fast part, is converting this. Waiting for the actual video to finish takes a while. And that's it for that. Once the narration is actually complete, we need to import it into the program. And as you can see here are all the files, and we click on this one for the Overland. Once it imports it, I drag and drop it to the very beginning. And this is where it starts out at.
Today's MVS shines on the 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland 4x4. As the first Chrysler badge Jeep product,
the only other thing that I need to do with the audio portion is just mute out the music where we do the engine sound clip and everything. So from here to here, I need to cut this gap out where there's just music playing, and then that way you can hear the engine start up and everything better. Like, you can barely hear it now, but I always cut it out anyway. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so now you can see there's a gap here where there's no sound at all. The only sound you have are the video clips of the startup and the engine notes. And then once that fades out, the audio comes back in.
it is driven through a 5-speed automatic transmission with the auto-stick manumatic shifting feature and the Quadro-Track 2 active full-time 4-wheel drive system.
Okay, so all of the finishing touches are now done on the Overland feature. Again, always make sure to save, because if the computer crashes, then it sucks to be you. So we want to go ahead and render this. All of the features are in high definition, so we always have to make sure to save them as high def files. Typing with one hand. And you click save. This is the longest part, is waiting for this whole feature to render. Tops out at 22 minutes and 40 seconds. So this is probably going to be about a 3-hour render. Because for high definition it goes through it once, like it is now, and then it goes through it again. And the second time it goes through it is usually the longer part. But I think it's worth it because the picture quality and everything is a lot better than if it were just in standard definition, like all of my older features used to be before I got the high def camera. So after this is done, I watch it, make sure that everything is 100% perfect. And like right here, actually, there's a problem because the text for some reason is going into the logo. So this is the part where I need to stop it, and we'll go ahead and fix that real quick. We'll move it over a tad, maybe about there, and then to make it look even, we are going to move over the logo too. Sometimes that happens when the if the name of the vehicle is too long is in one line, because I usually have them as a preset, so that way, you know, I don't have to move them much, they're already sitting there. But sometimes if you get a title like this, they don't cooperate with each other. About there, see how that looks. Again, save. And just to make sure it looks okay, we'll just render that part so we can see it in the preview. We'll just do it like this for now. That looks better. I like it better like that. It's not exactly on top of it like it was the first time. So that'll do. So that's pretty much all there is to making an MVS feature. It is time consuming. I usually try to edit the whole thing in one shot. I don't really like to save it and then come back to it another day. I try to actually do this part here all together, and then I do the research and write the script, and then record, edit. So I mean, it just depends on how much time you put into it. So. But I try to make it as best as I possibly can because it's something I'm most certainly devoted to, and it's, as long as it's something that everybody enjoys, I'm going to keep doing it. So that's all I've got for you today. That's pretty much how an MVS feature is made. So I will see you guys next time.